Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today to review Deep Blue Sea Part 3, and then give you my history with the Deep Blue Sea film franchise, and rank the 3 Deep Blue Sea movies from worst to best. Anyways, I heard about this over a year ago, and I saw a trailer, and someone sent me a trailer. I think someone did like a reaction video to it, Horror Monty, I think, and it looked okay. I was in no big hurry to see it, and this was like year and a half ago, 2020, year and a half ago, I think, or maybe a year ago. And I looked it up. I finally saw it at my sister's place. I'm going to do a review. And what happened was it revolves around this abandoned fishing village, which is kind of like an island. It's just um, what do you call it? It's just like above water's set, but it looked pretty good. And there's only like 2 people there, and there was like this one girl, very attractive, who has like a or like a social vloggers or something like ocean. I think called water blog or water blog or something like that. They're on like Facebook, Instagram, something. They film videos. She does stuff, and she was talking about like the changes in environmental changes will make things a lot less productive as far as like fish and water overrunning the world and stuff like that. And the fishing village is almost abandoned, but there, and there's 2 couples that run a village. Run a restaurant, I guess, and they cook for them, I guess, and they catch fish, cook for them. And there's a place called the Nursery where they have like a bunch of sharks and seafood. I mean, seafood, sea life, and breed there. And she is friends with this one great white shark, I guess. The great white shark's barely in the movie. And then you get to these guys in this one giant ship that are looking for these bull sharks. It says all these reasons they have the different tracks, and then they're trying to find their 2 brothers, and they're very aggressive. And then later on, we find out that they're the ones. Uh, they were like spawned from the sharks from the original Deep Blue Sea, highly advanced, very dangerous. And basically, it's about them, the scientists fighting the bad guys, and then the sharks. Eventually, there's some sharks in it. And when they do show the sharks, for the most part, they look pretty good. There's a couple scenes that look a little fake. Couple parts, for the most part, they look pretty decent now. And it has great underwater photography. The characters are interesting. And because I saw Deep Blue Sea 2 on Sci-Fi 2, 3 years ago, and it sucked. I hated it. But it was the very first time I heard the F word said on like a basic cable channel for a movie. And that surprised me. Now you hear it all the time. With the Jackie Show, that was on USA. The F word said a lot on there. Um, I liked it. It wasn't incredibly thrilling, but it's very entertaining. I got into it. I think towards the second half, they probably could have cut out maybe 5 to 10 minutes, made it a little more tighter. But it's actually really interesting. The characters are pretty decent. I give it a mild 7 out of 10. Way better than the second one. Now, my history with Deep Blue Sea, I remember seeing an ad in something with a shark and stuff, and then when it came to theaters, and when it came to theaters, then I saw it on opening day back in '97. Now, I was a big fan of shark movies back then, but there wasn't that many at the time. The Jaws movies, and then they had like the Spanish ones like Tintorera, or the Richard Jekyll one, Jaws of Death, which became, they changed the title of it, but I remember it's Jaws of Death. And then this movie came on Deep Blue Sea, and it was a huge hit. My Uncle Wayne said it didn't do anything. It did a lot where I was at. I was a packed theater. And that night on Cinemax, there was something with Catherine Van Diem called Shark Attack. And that was from New Image. And then I started seeing a bunch of shark movies come from New Image, like Shark Zone, Raging Sharks, Shark Attack, 1, 2, and 3, and some other stuff. And I saw the Asylum take over, and the Asylum was doing like Mega Shark versus Mega Shark, and Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, and then they started doing the Sharknado movies when those became hit. But they haven't done any Shark. They only did 6 Sharknado movies. They're done with those. Then in like 2018 or whatever it was, I saw a commercial. Someone sent me a thing for the thing for Deep Blue Sea 2. I was really excited to see it. Then I saw it on Sci-Fi, and I hated it. It's a piece of crap, right? I mean, and then they had the second one, and I mean the Deep Blue Sea 3. And someone said, I think Horror Mind Monty saw it. He says, "Well, I don't think it'd be worse than part 2. How could it be?" And he said it looked okay. I thought it was a decent movie. Now I'm going to rank the Deep Blue Sea movies from worst to best. Well, without no real surprise, Deep Blue Sea 2 really sucked. That's the worst one. Then there's Deep Blue Sea 3, which is a lot better. And a lot of people said it's better than you think. It's much better. And then, of course, number 1 is Deep Blue Sea. And Deep Blue Sea is awesome. I love the movie. I know my friend John hated it. But John said he didn't. Well, I don't know if he hated it. John said he didn't like it. When we were talking about, John said he thought it was a terrible movie. I love Deep Blue Sea. I thought Rennie Harlan did a great job. So that's my review of Deep Blue Sea Part 3, and also talking about the Deep Blue Sea film franchise and ranking and stuff. Because like Deep Blue Sea was probably what was responsible for the resurgence in shark movies. So I hope you liked the video. Bye. Till next time, please. Take care, my legion.